Hey guys, what's going on? This is VGC Firelord VI, and I'm recording, a Starcraft 2 match between 2v2. In the top right corner here, we have Teal, myself, I Domination, Protoss. My partner is a Zerg Earthworm in the top left corner. And at the bottom, we're going against Jim Lovin, who's a Terran, and another Red Terran, Protoss Salad. Now, as you can see, I always ask my teammates, since I always go in random, whether they're good or not, since we are in the Bronze League. And I'm making these videos to show some of my flaws, what could be done better, and hopefully improve on them for you guys. I do switch between Terran and Protoss. These are some old videos. I don't usually choose which race I like to play. When I go Protoss, I go Mass Air. When I go Terran, I usually go Mass Ground and Mass Doors. Pretty noobish, I know, but at the same time, it gets the job done. I don't cast 1v1s simply because I'm not very good at them. And there are so many other YouTube channels that do 1v1s, and they're so much better than I am, so 2v2 and 3v3s are what I stick with. So let's get on with the game here. I've already got an inactive probe here next to a pylon waiting for my warp gate to come in. The Zerg player I'm teaming up with already has a spawning pool down in the top left corner to hopefully hide it from the entrance over here. The blue Terran player already has his barracks down, and he's building up 2 storage depots. Currently one is being planned while the second one is actually being planned ahead as well. And the barracks for the red Terran have been spawned down here. 2 barracks, with 1 supply depot. I'm not sure why he isn't walling off here. Maybe he's playing a more turtle method. Usually these walls here are really hard to defend 2 versus 2, since if you're Terran, because the storage depots are really hard. So I find it's easier to wall down here if you have both your teammates working together to wall it off. And then you also have to remember you have back doors here, and then of course here, the opposite of the field, with 2 gold expansions there and there, with 3 inside platform expansion bases. Back to my base, I've already got my warp gate down and my cybernetics core warping in. My teammate Earthworm already has 4 Zerglings down with 6 more on the way. As I said before, this is earlier, so I'm not as good. The red Terran player should have actually charged if he was a little bit better. Or actually, he should have scouted with those Marines and realized, hey, I don't have any units. I'm not even chrono boosting anything. As a matter of fact, I'm saturating the crap out of my economy. I like to go into late games. I don't like early games that end too quickly. I like going into late games simply because I think they're much more exciting and fun to play. Yes, they do go on a very long time, but at the same time, everybody likes a good game. And I'm all about fair sportsmanship. I do get angry. I do cuss a lot on game. But, it's all good-natured. I'm a competitive player, just like many people. As you can see, I'm researching my Protoss air weapons level 1. I'm getting a Stargate out. I like to get my gates out in the very back corner, as you can see here. I do only have 26 max supply I can do. I'm popping another pylon down. I'm not using enough probes on the mineral line, simply because I'm using most of them on the gas line. And I'm not using all my minerals to produce probes, simply because I'm trying to use it all for upgrades and getting as many possibilities as 2 Stargates and upgrading my levels. My teammate, the Zerg player, is actually sending out his Banelings right now, and I'm not sure if he knows the red Terran player is there. I don't believe so, because he hasn't moved any units out to scout. There's absolutely no communication going on between him and I. And he does indeed pass the red Terran player. He's going to attack the red Terran player. The red Terran player has done a successful job of putting enough units to defend his base. However, he is going to take out these... I don't think that attack was enough, to be honest. Excuse me, his supply depot, both two supply depots are under attack. One just exploded, so now he's down to 27 supply, excuse me. And I asked my teammate why he didn't have any Zerglings, but I mean, like I said, I was a noob at the time this game was, and I didn't realize Zerglings morphed into Banelings. His second supply depot is going to go down in a second. And again, I'm sorry guys for cussing. I wish I could remove that, but this is back in September when the game launched. He's creating 2 more Zerglings. The blue Terran player is creating 2 Reapers and another barracks. The barracks is finished. The red Terran player is upgrading his weapons, as well as getting another supply depot. I myself are getting more probes, while my teammates getting more Zerglings. The blue Terran player could have here harassed both myself and the Zerg player. I don't have any units out besides probes, and I'm not creating any void rays or cruisers now that I've got my fleet beacon up. I should be oversaturating my mineral line here, but I'm not. That's one of my flaws. And this red Terran player, he's starting to move out, and with all of his units. I'm not sure if he is setting them to a destination point where they will meet up, or he's just sending them out in an attack. Because if he's sending them out in a random attack, he's got 4 together, 2 together, and then another 2 together. And he's attacking the Zerg player. He's meeting them up, and he's flanking them, is what he's going to plan on doing, probably. The Zerg player should be able to counter this. He's got a couple bait. Yeah, he did. His 2 or 3 Banelings exploded in the process. Excuse me, well, the Zerglings didn't even have to do anything. The units lost tab. My teammate has lost 15 with resources of 700, whereas red Terran player has lost 17 with 1,000 resources. So overall, this is a very slow game to start off. I'm not gonna lie. The overall attitude was basically build up and let's have a good time. I've already expanded to my second base, and then my third base is already, my second expansion has already got many probes, and my third base is just about to finish. I've got many mass probes over here, pylons, excuse me. I've pumped out 1 Void Ray, soon to be another. I'm chrono boosting it. And the blue Terran player is massing up Reapers and Marines at this Zelnaga watchtower, Zelnaga, however you say it. So is the red Terran player, but the Zerg player doesn't realize that they're massing up in the center there, and he's going ahead and attacking with his Zerglings at these storage depots. But the blue Terran player is now going to flank him with the Reapers. Okay, good job. The Banelings take out 90% of those blue Terran troopers, and now the Terran player has 5 troopers with soldiers, excuse me, and overall that was a pretty cost-effective way of doing that. My Void Rays are now moving out with his Mutalisks, and we're basically just going to eradicate them. My air weapons are up to level 2 now. I just wiped out this bunker, and those 2 Marines took out his Mutalisks. I have just now gotten my second Stargate, and I don't know why I have all these probes sitting around. If I had used the probes to my effectiveness, I could have mined twice as much. I should be oversaturating this mineral line still. My teammate should be oversaturating his mineral line. Let's see how my other base is doing. My other base is okay. It's not great, but it's not bad either. The blue Terran player is now just finished his expansion and pumping out SCVs. Again, everybody should be really pumping out more. I like to have 23 SCVs or probes at any mineral line at any given time. The red Terran player is actually not using enough. His SCVs were not attacked at any given point in this game. He should be using them. Instead, he's deciding to pump out mass storage depots and tanks, factories, and mules. I don't really think that's cost effective. You always have to plan for the late game.